Thanks, Mrs. Buchanan.
Okay, thanks anyway. The clerk says that the phone lines are down all over the island, so who knows how long. Honey? What's the matter, Red? What?
You called me Mrs. Buchanan.
Well, that's your name now. It says so on our marriage license.
No, I know, but don't get me wrong. I love being Mrs. Buchanan. I really do. I guess I just have to make some decisions, you know, on whether to keep my professional name or to, you know, add my married name. I mean, I can just see the letterhead now. Nora Hannon Gannon Buchanan.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Why don't you drop the Gannon?
There's a thought. You guys are lucky. You get to keep the name you were born with.
I have a confession. I've been holding something back from you, honey. Bo Buchanan isn't really my name.
No, Chris, man, let's cut and run.
Wait, we just got here, man. Look, you said you'd back me up.
Look, I didn't know your girlfriend lived in Disney World.
Oh, man, look, Jessica's just a friend, all right? Man, it's a long way from Angel Square, isn't it?
Yeah, man, gives me the creeps.
What are you talking about? This is beautiful. Yo, look at that. That's landscaping. Yo, look at that. Look, a carriage house. Come on.
Yo, if that's where the carriage goes, the house that burned down must have been a castle. Yo, come on, man, let's go.
Not until I give Jessica the flowers, all right?
Flowers for a friend?
They're for her mom. She just got out of the hospital.
Look, don't run that con on me. You're stupid for that girl.
Get off my case, Eddie, all right?
Look, man, you want to get with the gringa. You got it bad for her, man.
No, my dad hasn't called today, Andy. Is everything okay?
Hey, Jess. Is Joey there?
Yeah, he's right here, but is everything okay? Because you sound kind of...
Andy, what's up?
Look, Joey, I don't know how to tell you this. I need you to be calm, okay? There was an incident tonight involving your mother. She had a kind of a breakdown. And now I know you're aware of her past history of multiple personality.
What are we talking about here? Is it Nikki Smith?
No, no, this is someone different. This is someone by the name of Tori. Now, I don't understand this whole thing now, but I do know that tonight, Tori tried to burn down the banner.
Oh, God. What about the fire at the house?
Seems that she was responsible for that, too. When we tried to calm her down, she pulled a gun on us.
What? Was anybody hurt?
Thankfully, no. But she got away, and your dad's out looking for her, and we're gonna do our best to find your mom and dad. Kevin's with me here right now, questioning Dorian.
Dorian? What does she have to do with all this?
I'll explain the whole thing later, okay? Look, just take care of Jess, okay?
What, Joey? What's happening?
Joey, you said you weren't going to treat me like a little kid anymore. Tell me.
I assume that you're through with me.
Answers, Dorian. You know, the last few weeks, I've seen you and my mother together like, well, like you're a couple of old bosom buddies. And we all know you're exactly the opposite. And now Todd says he saw the two of you plotting something down at the docks.
Oh, please, if you're going to believe anything...
Oh, come on! Dorian, you knew. You knew that my mother's whole personality had fractured. Am I right? Damn it, Dorian. There is a chance that I may never see my real mother again. Now, I'm warning you. You may have gotten away with murdering my grandfather.
I did not.
But if you are holding out on me and my dad ends up getting shot or something, I swear, I will put you right back on death row.
All right, you want the truth? I'm going to tell you.
Max. Honey, guess who's still sleeping? Not one, but both babies. It's just a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
It's also an opportunity for the parents. That is, if they stop working and take advantage of it.
Luna.
Oh, he remembers my name. What else have you forgotten about me amidst all the baby powder and the diaper rash cream?
Well, I remember that.
You do?
Yeah. I remember that, too. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you always did have a good memory. Bedtime, honey.
I can't.
Oh, yeah, you can, honey. It's just like riding a bicycle. You just...
No. Tell you what, I'll meet you upstairs as soon as I come up with $1 million.
Look, man, I told you, Jessica Buchanan's just a friend.
You're wrong, Chris. A friend is someone you go to the wall for, all right? A friend is blood. And you, my man, you need all the friends you can get right now.
Man, what are you talking about?
Look, man, on the streets, they're calling you a chilon.
Oh,
Well, did you squeal to the cops?
the lady lost her baby because of what Javier and the arrows did.
Look, the baby's dead. And you will be too unless you start playing by the rules, man. Angel Square rules.
Man, since when did you start defending the arrows? Since when?
Look, I don't, all right? I hate those guys. But when Javier shot me, I didn't rat on him, now did I? I'm just waiting for the time is right when I could, you know, handle things my own way with my own crew. That's the way it works.
Yeah, what if I don't like the way things work?
Man, you think you could just forget who you are and hang out with that little princess? Yo, take a look around you, amigo. They'll let you cut their grass and prune their hedge, but that's it. Now wake up. Come on, let's get out of here.
You okay, Jess? Look, I know it's hard to believe. I mean, why would Mom do all these crazy things, right? I mean, I don't even believe it myself sometimes. Said you wanted to know the truth.
Oh, no, I'm glad you told me. It makes things start to make sense. I've been so worried about Mom. So scared.
Jesse, we have to remember that it's not Vicky doing these terrible things. It's another personality altogether.
Yeah, that's right. Right now, what's important is we gotta find her. And we have to stop her before she hurts herself.
Or Dad.
Look, I am not gonna let that happen. All right? Even if I have to drag the truth out of Dorian myself.
Joey, what do you think Dorian has to do with this?
I don't know. Ever since I found this compact of hers in Grandpa Victor's secret room.
Wait a minute. If you believe anything that David has to say, he claimed that he saw Dorian and Vicky plotting something together recently.
Well, I'd ask her myself, but...
Joey, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Go find Mom and Dad.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just want Mom and Dad to be okay.
Hey, they will. All right? You count on it.
I swear to you, Kevin, I have no idea where Vicky's gone. Or rather, I should say Tori. Look, this alternate personality is as much a mystery to me as it is to you.
And was she a mystery to you today? When you were talking to her down at the docks? And don't bother denying that you were there.
All right, I was there. But I had no idea that it wasn't Vicky who was making this bizarre request of me. Now, how could I have known?
Hold it. Just back up. What bizarre request?
All right. Vicky lured me down to the docks on some pretense. And then she pulled a gun on me. She insisted that I use my old contacts at the Intruder to help her get an arsonist. I, of course, refused. I tried to calm her down, but she ran away. Now, of course, we know that she came here next. And obviously, she found someone who was willing to help her torch the banner. Why are you looking at me like that?
Just wondering. Tori wanted you to help her hire an arsonist. Why didn't you call my dad? Why didn't you call the cops?
Are you forgetting someone did call the police and alert them of the danger? Well, that someone was me. As for calling Clint, well, I'm afraid that your family has made it abundantly clear time after time that I am to stay out of family problems. If I had informed on your mother, I would have been blamed for the whole mess.
Dorian! You're a liar.
Forget all the zeros. Think of this as seed money to bring Serenity Springs into the 21st century.
Honey, back on the Moody farm, we had plenty of seeds, and it never cost us $1 million.
Luna, you're not on the farm anymore. This is the modern world. Would you look at me? It's dog eat dog out there. You know what happens if you don't keep up with the competition?
You live a long, healthy life. You have clean arteries, lots of babies. You die a peaceful death as an old man in your bed.
Dream on. No. Why? I mean, take the gym, for instance. Here we got broken down treadmill, out-of-date stair machines, rusty free weights, while the rest of the world is into virtual reality. We got mountain climbing virtual reality. We got whitewater rafting, windsurfing.
Honey, I love it when you dream big. I do. But where are we going to get all that money?
Money's easy. It's the dream that takes the commitment and the risk. Now, come on, Luna. Take the plunge with me.
As long as you're not planning on building a spa like Blair is. Because, honey, let her shoot off the rapids. Hell, I'll even give her the paddle. But
This is not about Blair. This is about making Serenity Springs the best it can be.
it is. Sweetheart, our spa is about relaxation, meditation, and some good old perspiration. What's wrong with that?
Nothing if you want to watch the world pass you by. Luna, I got 2 little babies. I got a son who are going to be thinking about college before we know it. I just want to leave them something to be proud of, something substantial. It took a lot of hard work to create Serenity Springs. I'm going to be damned if I'm going to lose it to some competitor.
Listen, you got to swear to me, okay? As my lawyer. I mean, you know, lawyer-client confidentiality and all that. You can never tell anybody what I'm about to tell you.
Lawyer, client, confident. I'm your wife. Talk.
My real name is Beaufort.
That's it. That's the big mystery. That your real name is Beaufort. They shortened it to Beau. That's it?
No. Then it would be B-E-A-U. But my middle name is Oglethorpe.
Oglethorpe?
Oglethorpe.
Oglethorpe.
Yes. See, Ace was into the Civil War, so he had named me after a couple of Southern generals. They took the 2 initials, B-O.
I'm married to a Beau Oglethorpe.
Yeah.
Beaufort Oglethorpe. Yes.
You don't mind, do you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I mind a great deal. We have been married for 3 days. And you have deprived me of saying, Beaufort Oglethorpe, give me a kiss.
Well, I can't find Court anywhere. Maybe he's working late tonight at Serenity Springs. I'm gonna stop by there after I drop you off, okay? Come on, let's go.
Tina, you know what? You go on. Courtney needs to find out about Mom and Dad before he hears it on the news.
Well, I can't leave you here alone.
Joey will be back soon.
Yeah, but I promised Kevin that I would...
Listen. Grandpa and Alex are out of town, and I really do not want to be in that big empty house. Listen, I'm not a little kid anymore. I can stay by myself.
You know, you're right. You're not a kid anymore. I've been so busy with my problems with David that I didn't even notice. If you'd rather turn me in for another aunt who's less preoccupied, I'd understand that.
No, I'd rather have you.
Thanks. When did you get taller than me? Look, you know, Now that all this is happening to your mom, if you need me for anything, I'll be there.
Thanks. I'll be okay, really.
Okay, lock this door when I leave, and don't open it until Joey gets back, okay? Okay. All right.
This place is too hot for me, man.
You just chill out. I mean, look, let me just give her the flowers and then we can go, all right?
Nah, Chris, you're on your own, man. I'm out of here.
Go. Ed.
I think I might like it better at Grandpa's. Tina, wait!
You and my mother have been enemies for years. So why would she turn to you for help?
Well, actually, it wasn't Vicky. It was this Tory person.
Whoever it was, she knew that she could count on you to help her find an arsonist. She trusted you. So why?
I really have no idea.
Either you tell me now, or Tori will, when we find her.
I'm sorry, you're really not going to believe anything that Tori tells you, or, sadly, anything that your mother does. Unfortunately, we are dealing with a very unstable personality right now.
She may not be herself right now, but she will be again. And so help me, if I find out that you knew about that breakdown and you used it for your own personal reasons, God help you.
Don't give me any excuse. Look, try the local police. All the lines are still down to Bo's Hotel, some major storm in Hawaii. We can't get through. Any luck?
We've been trying to get through to Bo. We've been trying to get through...
Go ahead, say it. There's no sign of them, is there?
No, come on, Joey. I promise we're going to find her.
Listen, has Doreen left yet?
She's still up in the city room with your brother. Why don't you go on home and wait for us to get back there?
Thank you. There's something I have to do.
You see this, Max? This right here, this is what counts.
The book of empty pages.
No, honey, this is a gift to my brothers. It's a book to hold the photographs of the twins and their first report cards and all their other little treasures. And, Max, I want to fill this book with memories so that one day when they grow up, we can look back and we can know that we gave our children the most important gift in the whole wide world. And that is not virtual reality. That's real reality. And I'm talking about the real thing, honey. I'm talking about love.
I want to give them that, too. But not at the expense of their future. I know what it's like to have your birthright taken away from you. I know what it's like to watch somebody take your land and your money and your dreams.
Sweetheart, what happened in Texas, that's all in the past.
The past never dies, Luna. Never.
Honey. All right, you know what? This might be a man-woman thing. I can respect that you want to give the kids something that they can hold on to. I respect that. But we have everything that we need right here at Serenity Springs. We have everything.
Not for long. Not if Blair has her way.
Do you think for 1 minute I am going to let Blair come in here and take everything that you and I have built together? And I'm not just talking about our marriage. I am talking about things that you can touch, the house and the spa.
Oh, I knew you'd understand.
No, honey, listen. What I'm talking about...
Luna, you're with me. That's all that matters.
I'm sorry, look, I didn't mean to scare you. I just wanted to drop by and give you these flowers. For your mom. What? She's all right, isn't she?
No, she isn't all right. I don't think she ever is going to be all right again.
Yeah?
You're blocking the reruns of Hawaii Five-0.
I beg your pardon. There's a widescreen TV. Aloha Bookham Dano. Honest to goodness. Oh, look, Bo. The storm stopped.
Oh, damn. Does that mean we're going to have to go out there tomorrow and soak up some rays? Hey, congratulations. Your phones are finally working. Yeah, can I put my call through now? All right, I'll take it. It's probably your mom checking to see if I'm treating you all right.
Bo, man, I've been trying to get through to you for hours.
Yeah, same here, Nick. So how's it going? Anything new on the investigation?
Oh, Commissioner, man, I hate to spoil your honeymoon, but...
But what? Come on. Talk to me, Nick.
We haven't been able to dig up anything else on the guns in Angel Square. And on top of that, the Sun just went public with Mayor McNamara's demand that you resign.
She never demanded that I resign. I mean, we talked about that privately. She made the threat. Now, how the hell did that get out?
It gets worse. There was a fire 2 nights ago at Landfair. Now, nobody was hurt. The place was definitely torched.
What, arson? Who would want to burn down Landfair?
I hope you're sitting down because we think it was your ex-sister-in-law, Vicky Carpenter. Tonight, we caught her trying to do the same thing at the Banner.
I can't even believe this.
Bo, I wish I was making it up. She had some sort of breakdown or something. She's armed. Your brother's out trying to find her. We got an APB out, but so far... Bo? Are you there? Bo?
Honey, what is it? Yes, of course I knew about Vicky's dissociative identity disorder, but I thought that she'd been successfully treated.
And when you learn otherwise, you use it to your own personal advantage.
Absolutely not. Though it did occur to me on the dock that Vicky wasn't quite herself. And perhaps as a physician, I should have reached out to her more.
Spare me the Hippocratic oath. You were aware of my mother's condition for weeks, maybe months.
You have no way of knowing that.
Don't be so sure. I believe this is yours.
Joe, I'm so sorry about what happened to you.
Is it or isn't it yours?
Yes. It's mine. What about it?
Oh, I just, found it in the floor of Victor Lore's secret room in the basement of Landfair.
Oh, Lord, this is just almost too good to be true, isn't it? No babies crying, no phones ringing, no fax machines going. Feels like we're about the only 2 people in the whole world, doesn't it?
Max? Lona? Oh, I have to find him. I just don't know where. Oh. I'm sorry. I was just so upset I just used my key. I never thought that you would be...
Don't tell us, honey. You just fell in love with your aunt's half-brother who happens to be your cousin.
This is serious, guys. I have to talk to Cord, and I don't want him to hear from somebody else.
Oh, Tina, honey, I'm sorry. What's wrong?
What is it, Tina? Is it the kids?
It's Vicky. No, it's the whole family. It's terrible. I'm just really afraid for them. Especially Jesse.
Where is Victoria Carpenter?
Is it true her ex-husband's being held hostage?
All right, come on, let's go. Let's
Give you a statement as soon as anything becomes available, okay?
Yeah, he's conveniently out of town, isn't he?
It's convenient. Yeah, listen, pal. I'll give you something.
All right, just chill, Nick.
Bunch of sharks smelling blood. It's gonna get worse. Where do we get Vicky Carpenter in here?
When that happens, I'd like to ask you a favor.
Yeah, what kind of favor?
All right. You know, our son Kevin and I, we're friends, and when we bring Vicky into custody, let's just let her keep some of her dignity.
What do you think I'm gonna do? Strip search her in front of all those morons out there?
Nick, what I meant...
I know what Vicky Carpenter means to this town, okay? I'll do everything in my power to preserve her dignity. But right now, she's armed and considered dangerous.
Hey, come on, Nick. She's a sick woman.
It is not our job to psychoanalyze people, Harrison. And if you let your feelings for Kevin or his family get in the way of doing your job, Vicky Carpenter's not going to be the only one in trouble.
What was your compact doing in a locked room in the basement of our house?
No, there's more, Kevin. See, that room wasn't caved in like Mom said. As a matter of fact, according to Tina, someone had it fixed up to make it look exactly the way it did when Victor Lord was still alive. There was even a plexiglass wall in there to preserve it.
Plexiglass?
Well, I haven't been in that hideous dungeon in years.
Really? Your compact just caught a bus? Got there all by itself?
Kevin, haven't you been listening? It's obvious, isn't it? Your mother recreated that secret room. And if that doesn't tell you how far around the bend she's
You're
gone...
changing the subject, Doreen. The compact.
And the secret room.
And you. Now, what do these three things have in common?
The Hardy Boys have it all figured out, do you? Come on, fellas, try this one on for size. Your mother is so out of control that she broke into my house. She stole some of my personal effects, including that compact, and then planted them in that hideous secret sanctum so that she could create the illusion that Daddy was still alive and that I was still married to him.
No. This is evidence.
Evidence of what, Joe? Come on, I know that you're upset. But you're accusing the wrong person. You should be out looking for your mother. She's capable of almost anything now.
Oh, we just got through to Bo in Hawaii. He's on his way home.
Oh, thank God. We sure can use him.
Yeah, I wish he was here to beat back those reporters at the door. It's a feeding frenzy out there.
That's what I wanted to tell you, Kevin. We can't keep this whole story under wraps for very much longer.
Yes, I'm sure. Knowing Todd Manning, he'll splash the headlines across the front of the Sun from tomorrow's edition.
You've got to print the truth before Todd prints his own twisted version. Come on. Hey, will you please just talk to our people?
Oh, man.
I mean, just give the banner a head start.
May as well have my head for it. So, let's do it. Come on.
Joe, if I could tell you anything that would help, I would. You know that.
No, Doreen, I don't know that.
I don't care who the psychiatrist says she is. I just don't believe there's any way that Vicky would ever hurt Clint. Sit.
But, Looney, you weren't in Lambview when the personality disorder took over.
Well, honey, I heard about Nikki Smith. I heard that she's wild and careless and selfish, but there's no way she'd ever pull a gun on anybody, much less use it.
That's just it. Nikki was caused trouble, but this new personality, this Tori, she's real dangerous.
Well, honey, she's probably scared with all the police surrounding her like that, and she pulled the gun out in self-defense.
Do you know why the police were there? Do you know what she tried to do? Luna, they caught her trying to burn down the banner. They think she's the one who tried to burn down Landfair to the ground.
Oh, my goddess above. Honey, Jessica was almost killed in that fire.
Yes. Don't you see why I'm so afraid? If she could put her own daughter's life at risk, what will she do to Clint if he catches up to her?
Well, I still have to believe that... honey, I believe that Vicky is still there underneath everything. The real Vicky's there with her love and her heart and her compassion.
Maybe she is. Or maybe Tori has taken over. I don't know. All I do know is the woman who is out there somewhere with that gun is not my sister.
I checked the condo, the spa, everywhere. No go.
Well, you know what? Maybe Cord heard about the news and he's joined the search.
I hope so. They need to find Vicky and Clint before it's too late.
What do you mean they vanished? This is Clint Buchanan and Victoria Carpenter we're talking about. Everybody in Lambview knows who they are.
Well, I know it's tough being so far away, but you gotta believe me. We've got every available officer on the street if there is a chance of finding them.
Look, I don't want to know about odds, Nick. I want them found by the time my plane touches the ground.
Still no word?
I wish there was anything I could do.
Well, there isn't, honey. No, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. I know it's one hell of a way to come home, isn't it?
I don't care, as long as I come home with you.
Flight 818, Honolulu to Philadelphia, will be boarding at gate 3.
Oh, I talked to the airline representative, and in first class they've got earphones behind every seat, so you can stay in constant contact with your people on land.
Contact, yeah. See, that's the one thing I don't have right now. I mean, something could happen to Clint, to Vicky, to one of the kids. There's nothing I can do to help them.
My brothers, they say everything will be okay. It's only a matter of time before they find my mom and dad. And then they'll get her the treatment she needs, and I'll show her these pretty flowers you got her.
You know, it's okay to cry, Jess.
I know she didn't mean to do this terrible thing she did. Joey says she's not herself, and Renee, she says it's an illness. But she doesn't look sick. She doesn't look like somebody else. She looks like my mother. The one person in this world
You could count on? Yeah, well, look. My papa died. And I lost my brother. He's in prison. And it was just me and my mom, you know, but she held us together, you know?
I never knew. About your brother, I mean.
You know, we don't advertise it. Look, it's no big deal, all right? Look, my brother went up the river, all right? You don't have to feel sorry for me or anything.
Sorry. Thought you wanted to talk about it.
No, I'm sorry. Look, my brother was like a super brother, you know? He was like a hero. I mean, but not just to me. I mean, to all the kids around the block. I mean, I would walk down the block, you know, and the kids would see me, and they would say, hey, there's Antonio Vega's kid brother. I'm sorry. Look, maybe some other time. I know you've got your own problems right now for tonight.
No, it helps to hear about yours. Especially when you're afraid of losing someone you love. It can make you feel so lonely.
Yeah, I've definitely been there.
This might sound really stupid. I might sound like a little kid, but do you think you could stay a while?
And you're not a stupid little kid. Sure, I'll stay a while.
You know, it never made sense to me, Dorian, the way you dumped me. But it's all connected somehow, isn't it? What happened between you and I, and what's going on right now between you and my mother.
I know you're desperate, Fred.
The last night we spent together, you remember that, don't you? We made love, and then you sent me away. Well, a few hours later, my mother's car goes off the road just after seeing you. Well, then she disappears for the longest time, and all of a sudden, she's back, and she's fine. It's just like nothing had even happened, except for that you had disappeared. To Spain, no less. And then you come back, married to David Vickers.
Look, before you start creating this conspiracy theory...
And then when my mother did reappear, she tells everybody about how you confessed to Victor Lord's murder. And then when you reappear, she retracts her testimony?
Yes, well, I'm afraid that Vicky hasn't quite been herself for months now. It's really hard to give credence to anything that she says.
And you? What about the things you say and do?
Joe, someday, when I'm able to tell you everything, you'll understand. Trust me.
No, I made that mistake. Never again. Nothing you could ever say could make up what you did to me.
Honey, listen, you couldn't have known. Nobody did, not even her own children.
I'm her sister. I saw her when she was Nikki Smith, and I should have seen these warning signs, like when she yelled at CJ and Sarah.
Listen.
But I was so obsessed with David, I didn't even notice.
Would you stop? You are not responsible for Vicky's breakdown. But if this nightmare makes you see how dangerous your obsession was, then maybe some good could come out of this.
I can't think of anything good happening tonight.
Tina, your kids are upstairs in Al's room. Why don't you go up and tuck them in?
Thanks, Max, but if the phone rings, I want to be here if something happens to Vicky and Clinton.
We will let you know.
All right.
Okay. Honey, give him a kiss for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'll begin boarding flight 818 to Philadelphia.
Dr. Kavanaugh, please meet your party at the visitor's information desk in the lower conference.
They're playing our song.
Dr. Kavanaugh, please meet your party at the visitor's
What?
Honey, you remember when Vicky dropped those charges against Dorian?
How could I forget? She suddenly came forward and said that she wasn't sure whether Dorian had actually confessed to murdering her father. I mean, that's not something that Vicky would have likely forgotten.
But what if it wasn't Vicky? What if it was one of her other personalities that dropped the charges?
Well, that certainly would be convenient for Dorian, now, wouldn't it?
Very. Come on. Let's go home.
No, Jess, I'm not checking up on you. I just thought maybe you'd be staying at Grandpa Ace's tonight.
Well, I decided I'd rather stay here and wait for you. Joey, I'll be okay, really. Take as long as you need. Brothers.
You're lucky you've got one.
I've got two. Sometimes they make you feel like you can't breathe.
You know, if you want me to get lost, it's all right. I could just,
Oh, no. I'm sure they won't mind.
Well, you know, I don't think... You both know that he wouldn't understand why I would be here with his little sister.
Well, if you put it that way. But, Christian, thanks for staying. It really helped talking to you.
Dos es mejor que uno.
Translation, please.
Well, my mom used to say it to me all the time when I used to feel lonely and stuff, you know? It means two are better than one.
Dos señor Coyana.
Well, that was kind of close. But, I'm gonna go. You, have a good night. If you ever want to talk, you know, just call me, okay?
Yeah, you too.
I don't like leaving Jessica alone, so will you call me at the carriage house if anything happens?
Yeah, we'll do. And listen, when those reporters stop you, just don't stop.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
State Patrol just checked out the mountain cabin.
What, would they find anything?
Sorry, your folks aren't there, but we've set up roadblocks. We've set up roadblocks between here and Lantano Mountain, and if that's where they're headed, that's where we're going to find them, okay?
It's only a matter of time before they catch you, Tori. And what if they turn you back into Vicky? What if the truth comes out and Irene's diary falls into their hands again? Oh, God. It means death row. No, I can't let that happen. I've got to find you, Tori, before they do.